Reynolds number. This is a number which is used for distinguishing the type of flow. The type of flows are: one, streamline flow, and others turbulent flow. Now, what is a streamline flow? A streamline flow is a steady flow in which the particle crossing through each point will be having a definite velocity at that point. For example, suppose you take a flow here, that the particle reaching here is having a velocity here, v1, and as the particle reaches another point q, will be having another velocity, let that be v2, and when it reaches another point r, it will be having a velocity v3. So, each particle when it reaches P will be having velocity v1, reaches Q, v2, and reaches R will be having velocity v3. So, no particle will be crossing each other, they will go in a what? Orderly manner. This kind of flow is, we studied that a steady flow, and that steady flow itself is called a streamline flow. So the line joining all these points, or if the path of the particle followed is one line, if we draw that particular line, we can take it as a streamline. So when you consider such lines there, no lines will be crossing each other, no streamlines will be crossing each other, they all found to be going parallel. Okay? So this type of flow is called what we call the streamline flow. Now if you take a bunch of streamlines together, see a bunch of streamlines together, if I take one line, second one, third one, like this, a bunch of streamlines if I take in the form of a tube, see, we can call this bunch of streamlines as tube of flow. Tube of flow, we can say. Alright. Now, the second type of flow is turbulent flow. For this turbulent flow, we cannot assign a particular velocity at a particular point, because particle reaching at a particular point will be having different velocities with different magnitudes and different directions. So it becomes a disorderly flow, or we call it as disturbed flow or turbulent flow. So all the discussions that we do here is based on what we call the streamline flow only. Now a special case of streamline flow is they called laminar flow. Laminar flow. Now the laminar flow is a flow in which the liquid is flowing as a layer, horizontal layers. This layer-like flow, we call it as laminar flow, and each layer of flow is called a lamine. Lamine, we say. A layer is called lamine, and that type of flow is called laminar flow. So laminar flow is also a streamline flow. Now, where comes the Reynolds number? Let us see. The Reynolds number is coming with an equation here that the velocity of flow of a liquid V is equal to N R into eta divided by rho into d. A formula you can have like this, where eta is the coefficient of viscosity of the liquid flowing, rho density of the liquid, and d diameter of the tube of flow. We see rho is density and d diameter of the tube of flow. Then this nr is called Reynolds number. nr is called Reynolds number. It is only a number, and that number is independent of the unit that you consider for the measurement. Okay, and it is independent of what you call the nature of the liquid, but it depends only on the type of flow, or that defines the type of flow. Now, how the number is taken for distribution? Let us say if the Reynolds number is between 0 and 2000, if the number is up to 2000, the flow is found to be streamline or laminar flow. Now, if the Reynolds number is above 3000, Reynolds number is above 3000, the flow is definitely a turbulent or unsteady one. Now there is a gap coming between 2000 and 3000. This part is avoided here because in this part we cannot distinguish the flow. It is a kind of mixed flow is coming. So this is how we are using the Reynolds number for differentiating or distinguishing the type of flow. It is associated with the velocity of flow equation.